For a brief moment, Nissan reminded the world why its name once made car enthusiasts lean forward instead of scroll past. When the R35 GTR arrived, it didn't just compete with supercars, it embarrassed them. It was fast, overbuilt, unapologetic, and fearless. That car didn't need marketing. It didn't need defending. It earned respect the hard way, on roads, tracks, and timesheets. And for many enthusiasts, that was the last time Nissan truly felt exciting. Fast forward to today, and Nissan has announced something that sounds like a comeback. The company plans to double its Nissan Motorsports lineup by the end of the decade. More performance cars, more motorsport involvement, heritage restorations, a mysterious race-bred sports car that may one day evolve into a road-going machine, possibly the long-whispered R36. On paper, it reads like everything enthusiasts have been begging for. Yet the reaction online was not celebration. It was sarcasm. That response isn't rooted in hatred. It's rooted in memory. A trust problem, not a talent problem. Nissan's biggest challenge today isn't engineering capability. Few people doubt that Nissan can build thrilling performance cars. The problem is trust. Enthusiasts don't question Nissan's skill, they question its follow-through. Over the past decade and a half, the brand has repeatedly made promising announcements that landed with excitement, only to be diluted, delayed, overpriced, or quietly forgotten. This pattern has trained enthusiasts to react defensively. When Nissan says we're back, the response isn't hype, it's skepticism. Because history suggests that the final product rarely matches the promise. That skepticism was clear in the reaction to the expanded Nissan Motorsports plan. Instead of cheers, the most common comments were jokes. Expensive Nissan Motorsports versions with marginal gains, limited availability cars nobody ever sees, and performance badges that feel more cosmetic than meaningful. That isn't internet toxicity. It's fatigue. What Nissan Motorsports used to mean. Historically, Nissan Motorsports stood for intent. Real motorsport Dina. Cars that existed because engineers wanted them to exist, not because marketing departments needed a trim level. Skyline GTRs, classic Z cars, homologation specials, these vehicles didn't explain themselves. They simply delivered. Today, Nissan Motorsports often feels like something else entirely. Red accents, slightly stiffer suspension, a louder exhaust, a dramatic price increase, sometimes more visual aggression than mechanical substance. When that becomes the norm, the badge stops feeling special. And when a performance badge stops being special, it stops being trusted. The Nissan Z. Nothing illustrates this problem more clearly than the modern Nissan Z. On paper, it should have been a guaranteed win. Twin-turbo V6, rear-wheel drive, manual transmission, retro styling that genuinely resonated with fans. This was the easiest success Nissan could have had. Instead, the car became strangely invisible. The biggest conversation around the Z hasn't been styling or sound or driving feel. It's been availability. People don't argue about whether the Z is good, they ask whether anyone has actually seen one. A halo sports car so rare that enthusiasts joke about it being a myth isn't exclusive. It's ineffective. The Nissan Motorsports version didn't fix that perception. Higher price, limited gains, scarce supply, and a reaction defined not by excitement, but by confusion. Why does it exist? Who is it for? Why does it cost so much more for so little difference? Those questions cut deeper than criticism. Expanding Nissan Motorsports without defining it. Nissan says it plans to grow Nissan Motorsports from 5 global models to 10 by 2028, targeting 150,000 annual sales and expanding performance offerings beyond Japan. But numbers alone don't build credibility. Meaning does. Right now, Nissan Motorsports means wildly different things depending on geography. In some markets, it represents actual performance models. In others, it's closer to an appearance package. SUVs, EVs, even minivans wearing red stripes technically count, but emotionally they don't register with enthusiasts. That inconsistency is where skepticism lives. Performance fans don't want Nissan Motorsports to be everywhere. They want it to be clear. Clear in purpose. Clear in hierarchy. Clear in performance. Lessons from other brands' mistakes. Nissan isn't navigating this problem in isolation. The modern automotive industry is full of cautionary tales, where once revered performance badges lost their meaning through overexposure and unclear positioning. AMG is a prime example. For decades, AMG signified raw power, oversized engines, and uncompromising performance built by specialists who valued substance over image. Then, AMG line entered the picture. Suddenly, everyday sedans and SUVs wore aggressive bumpers, red stitching, and AM branding without the mechanical depth that once defined the name. The result wasn't increased respect, it was confusion. Buyers began asking which AM was real, and that question alone weakened the badge. BMW followed a similar trajectory. M cars were once untouchable, purpose-built machines engineered for drivers who wanted the sharpest possible experience. Over time, M performance trims blurred the distinction between genuine M cars and sporty-looking variants. While the real M cars remain impressive, they now compete for attention with their own branding ecosystem. Audi Sport went even further, turning S-Line into a widespread lifestyle package that prioritized visuals over performance, leaving RS models to shoulder credibility almost alone. Ford, Lexus, and others have stumbled down similar paths. The shared lesson is simple but unforgiving. Performance badges are not cosmetic upgrades. They are trust contracts. Once customers hesitate and ask whether a badge truly means something, the erosion has already begun, and rebuilding that trust takes years, not press releases. The heritage parts problem. Nissan's heritage initiatives should have been a turning point. When factory-backed restorations and genuine parts programs for classic Skylines were announced, the response was overwhelmingly positive. Enthusiasts saw it as a rare show of respect for history, an automaker acknowledging that its past mattered and deserved preservation. The idea of keeping legendary cars alive with official support felt like Nissan reconnecting with its roots. But execution didn't match the sentiment. Parts availability was limited. Prices climbed quickly. Scalpers bought inventory before owners could. Critical components remained unavailable, forcing restorations to stall. Instead of unity and celebration, the community fractured into frustration, debates, and disappointment. Owners weren't restoring icons, they were negotiating scarcity. That experience reshaped expectations. Now, when Nissan talks about expanding heritage programs or restorations, the reaction isn't excitement, it's caution. The enthusiasm is still there, but it's guarded by one word Nissan hears repeatedly now: prove it. What enthusiasts actually want. Despite how it's often framed, enthusiasts are not demanding six-figure supercars, extreme halo vehicles, or ultra-limited collector pieces. What they want is focus. A performance car that exists in the real world. Something priced within reach of dedicated buyers. Something they can order, take delivery of, drive hard, modify, and actually see on the road. Not a concept teased years in advance. Not a roadmap filled with targets and projections. Not a promise that performance is coming someday. This is where Nissan's opportunity quietly lives. Expectations are currently low, almost dangerously low for a brand with such a storied history. But that also means the bar for surprise is achievable. One genuinely excellent, accessible performance car, properly engineered, fairly priced, and widely available, could shift the narrative overnight. History shows that a single undeniable hit does more for brand credibility than 10 carefully worded announcements. Substance travels faster than hype. The real issue: identity. At the center of everything is an unresolved identity problem. Nissan has yet to answer a crucial question with clarity. What is Nissan Motorsports actually for? Is it a hardcore motorsport-derived sub-brand built for enthusiasts? Is it a lifestyle upgrade meant to add excitement to mainstream models? Is it a global volume strategy or a halo image exercise? At the moment, it's attempting to be all of these simultaneously, and that lack of discipline is exactly what weakens it. Strong performance brands are defined as much by what they refuse to do as by what they embrace. Without clear boundaries, Nissan Motorsports risks becoming a label that means different things to different people, and ultimately, nothing to anyone. Expanding the lineup without redefining the purpose doesn't rebuild trust. It dilutes it further, spreading confusion instead of conviction. Why this announcement fell flat? The announcement itself wasn't bad. It was just unconvincing. Car enthusiasts don't buy targets. They buy results. They don't care about mystery cars teased years away. They care about what exists now, what they can see, touch, hear, and drive. Until Nissan delivers one undeniable performance car that resets expectations, every Nissan Motorsports announcement will be met with the same reaction: a shrug, a joke, and a cautious "I'll believe it when I see it." And honestly, that reaction is fair. At the end of the day, Nissan's future doesn't hinge on press releases or promises. It hinges on whether they can build one car that makes people believe again. If Nissan Motorsports is going to stand for something, it has to earn that meaning back on the road, not just on paper. If you agree, or if you think Nissan still has a shot to get it right, drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you want more deep dives like this, make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss the next one.